Well, because I can't put myself. Hold on.
So you can't see me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you're in a shop, but like it's like only up to here.
Okay. So what's this for? It's for bit by bit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's a Halloween season.
It's Halloween season. So everything smells like pumpkin. You can
Pumpkin,
edit that, right?
Yeah, I can edit it, yeah.
Alright, it's like everything smells like pumpkin. So we're going to do the most generic thing ever. Everyone's been doing it. We are going to critique The Munsters by Rob Zombie. Alex, are you ready for this?
Well, you saw it already. This is my first time viewing it.
I did see it already.
But without telling me anything, did you like it? I'm going to zoom real fast. Now, hold on, now.
Okay, it's not about liking it. It's not what...
It's experience.
Yeah, it's not what I essentially would say I expected from Rob Zombie. Because, I mean, anyone who knows Rob Zombie, you know, cannibals, you know, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, stuff like that. And then it's like, you don't think of the Munsters, you don't automatically think of Rob Zombie.
A new Rob Zombie film, but it's not the Rob Zombie film we, usually get, so who knows?
You're in for a surprise, Al. I'm going to tell you that much right now.
But yeah, so this is basically a prequel, or how Herman and Lily met.
This is a fan-made prequel by Rob Zombie.
But it's canon.
It is canon.
And we're going to see how it is.
As someone who already watched it, I'm not going to tell you right now whether it's good or bad. It's just something you have to experience for yourself.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not going to like it or hate it. You feel something about it, though.
You're definitely going to get a reaction.
Okay.
Sort of like how The Red State is described as an unlikely film by Kevin Smith, The Munsters is an unlikely film by Rob Zombie. After opening this fortune cookie, we already knew how our experience would be. Don't watch this film.
What the hell?
What? That's a bad sign.
They didn't even give me a fortune. This is it.
What does it say?
Nothing.
Well, after seeing the movie, Mikey and I had so many problems. Him having to rewatch it again just for the video. I'm showing this to you because you wanted to watch it for this YouTube channel. I'm trying to power through. It's not working. For one thing, it's almost 2 hours. It's way too long. The main problem I think that has to be addressed is that while it is 2 hours long, they breeze over the important stuff of the Munsters. It seems like because it's a prequel that follows the narrative of the TV show, he kind of has to just get to the end goal of where they're at in the show. And he has to tell the story really fast to get to the point where Lily and Herman meet and fall in love. And that is so just forced. They don't really seem to meet that long. It's, I guess, love at first sight. It seems that all the actors in the movie are both trying to play two roles as doing an impersonation of the original actor's interpretation of the character and also the character. Any small quirk or mannerisms is copied in a film, and voices are trying to be copied and emulated themselves without even trying to give the characters room to make it its own thing. They're just trying to copy what the original cast did. So Jeff Daniel Phillips, who played Herman, the laugh he does for Herman is so forced and over the top that it's not even funny over the top.
I'm never gonna forgive you for this. Like, never.
And while also being a prequel of the original series, which takes place in the 60s, it still cannot decide what decade it's in. It comes off being the 50s, making some modern jokes at today's time, while also making 60s references, then 70s references, while also having like a look and feel of just different eras in the wrong time frame. The main thing that I think is missed about the Munsters in this movie is how they are just a family who live their lives who just happen to be monsters. They really have no quarrel. They're just a regular family. Herman has a job. Lily is a stay-at-home mom. Eddie's a kid who goes to school. And, it's just like they're facing everyday problems. The best idea that I saw with the prequel was exploring Transylvania and seeing just everything what they can do with other monster characters. The fact that it's a prequel, it doesn't need to be a prequel. You spend half the time trying to establish who the Munsters are and then how Lily met Herman. It's already the first 45 minutes. The one thing I can take away from this new Munsters movie is that it clearly is Rob Zombie's love letter to the Munsters themselves, because he has been a fan very openly since as far back as his career goes. So having him take time to say, I want to take the property and work with it and try to bring it to a new audience is good, because from a lot of times I haven't heard much of the Munsters since. In many ways, while I didn't like this movie that much at all, I can appreciate Rob Zombie just having fun with characters he liked as a kid. You might disagree with me actually, but maybe Rob Zombie should have taken more liberties, made it a sequel, go a more dark comedy route, not R-rated, but like PG-13. Like, this would have been a great TV special for a new sequel series, or even a reboot.
Okay, so let me put it to you this way, all right? So like I said, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was more or less like, if you watch the original Munsters, and I don't think it worked without the whole family. Like I said, like we said,
You need a family aspect.
But it doesn't work without Marilyn, nor does it work without Eddie.
In one part of the film, Herman becomes like a comedian rock star, but it doesn't go past just that one main scene to have Herman and Lily meet or be introduced to him. Making Herman a failed comedian wasn't part of the show to my knowledge. He was a dad making dumb jokes. That was his. He was like, yeah, I guess it's not a bad angle, but literally you painted out the person Herman was based off of was a failed comic, yet when they get his brain, he's now funny all of a sudden. Only Grandpa hates Herman. Which also makes no sense, because yeah, you can argue that maybe he didn't like Herman initially, but he doesn't hate Herman in the show.
Right.
He just finds it annoying at times. Also, Herman's introduction is just young Frankenstein. The wrong brain is given to a scientist to put in a body to recreate life. While it was meant to be a genius who died, his brother, with the same last name obviously, is a failed comic who also is dead, and the brain was taken and put into Herman's body. And Herman Munster was literally named by a guy named Floop, who is the Igor of the story.
You'd think that like there's a more of an elaborate backstory to how Herman got his name, but apparently in this film it's just that he goes, well, what's a good name that you think to Floop, the Igor of the film? And he goes, Herman. You guys seen the last name, Munster? Why?
And the ending also makes no sense. So, in the movie, Lily has a brother named Lester, which is also from the show, and Grandpa and Lily don't like him that much. He's trying to get the castle sold. He has Herman sign the deed to give him the castle. Now, that makes no sense. Like, just because Lily and Herman are married does not mean it's automatically given to Herman. I would assume it's still in Grandpa's name, who would then leave it to Lily, who in turn would share it with Herman. So him just giving it to Lester makes no sense. And while Herman felt bad, Lily and Grandpa more or less felt kind of annoyed, and I guess Grandpa more mad, but still not really that annoyed. They just decided to go to Hollywood. Then they finally get to their home, as it was in the TV show, and the last 10 minutes of it is them buying the house, living there, and then it ends.
Okay, here we go. So we just finished the Munsters from Rob Zombie, and I'm going to ask a very important question. Alex, what'd you think?
So, it wasn't good.
But
It was its own thing. Rob Zombie is the scariest thing to me in a while.